ジャギ様から盗み取った北斗神拳、とくと味合わせてやるわ。
Hey everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Speedway and I hope you're doing alright today. This video is gonna be a very in-depth analysis on everything new about the Holy Paladin talent tree, so buckle up. But if you want to have a TLDR version, I'll let you know right now that melee playstyle is pretty much still going to be the king, both in Mythic Plus and in rating. That is in my very humble opinion. And looking at what we got new on this talent tree, it just seems like it's been enhanced over the previous talent tree. We didn't really lose anything of the good stuff that we had already there, and if everything, we're just getting more options that make us look even stronger as Holy Paladins as a whole. Now, the new stuff does enable possibly some caster playstyle. However, I do not believe that a caster playstyle could potentially take away the crown from a melee playstyle. We're losing a lot of damage from being a caster, and even if we're in melee still, it doesn't seem like any of the things that we got are really gonna enhance the HPS value from our Holy Light and Flash of Light enough to really warrant too many casts of these things. But if you're really interested in the hows and the whys of all of this that I just said, please check out the video. There's gonna be timestamps down in the description, so if you want to check specific parts about Mythic Plus, rating, or the caster build, you can do so down there. But now we're just gonna get into it. Before we do that though, please drop a like in the video and subscribe if you can. That would be insane, and it helps me getting to 2K before the end of the year. That would make me very happy. I think we can potentially do it, so let's get to it, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Bye-bye. Here we go. We got the new talent tree for Holy Paladin. Ignore the whole class tree. We don't give a fuck about that. We've talked about that before. Let me actually change the streaming screen thingy. Hold up. Let's go to this so we can actually... In fact, nah, fuck that. In fact, the other one was just better because we're not going to be on that side of the screen anyways. So, we're going to be going over the new tree and see what we can do with it. Also remembering or just going over the new talents. I kind of forgot what they were. So, we'll read through them and we'll try and do a new tree with all this shit. There's a lot of stuff I want to be doing today. I want to get this done so I can get a video done as well. So let's get into it. We're gonna go down and see what we can do. Let's just start by reading through everything once again. Not really going for anything specific, just going through stuff. So this is still not implemented, which is interesting. And there we go. We got the one of the new ones, which is this one here. Holy Shock increased healing and damage, which is pretty lame. Just 5% increased healing and damage, but sure. Illumination was already a thing, I believe. Flash of Light and Whole Light healing. Boring as fuck. We now have the Infusion of Light is now baseline, so we don't have to pick that. Therefore, it used to be up here, so you had to go through Infusion if you wanted to get your personal. And you would always do that because you needed to go to your personal in order to get to Aura Mastery. So now at least we don't have to waste a point on that. We already have it baseline. And we can just go down here like this. So we have the new talent here that reduces Aura Mastery cooldown by 30 seconds. That could be potentially pretty good. Also could be potentially not that useful depending on the fight and when you really want to be using Aura Mastery. This one was already a thing. And its value is questionable. But nonetheless, pretty much you would always be picking one of these, I believe. Then we still have Tower of Radiance. Now, did they... Hold up, did they change this? No, they didn't. So they still haven't made it so that Beacon doesn't itself give you one holy power. So this doesn't do anything right now. This is still absolute... Oh, never mind. It's still... No, it still should be the case, no. So this doesn't do anything. It's supposed to be the part of Beacon that makes you get holy power when you heal the Beacon target. This is still baked into the actual Beacon ability. And therefore, it's useless. So more changes to come from that in the future. We got the 2 charges of Crusader Strike. Where is Crusader's Might? It's down here. It's still 1 second for rank 1, so that's fine. Focal Light, still dog shit, same shit. They took away part of what made Beacon strong and they try and sell it to us in a separate package. Fortunately, though, it's in a better placement, so let's just go ahead and go down here and see what else we got. Flash of Light heals for an additional 10% when you cast it on target affected by your beacon of light. Dog shit, you never want to do that, but if that's something you gotta go through, I guess you will have to pick either of this. Holy Light heals up to 5 targets within 8 yards for 8% of its healing. This is the good old conduit. I guess we gotta pick it if you were gonna go to Divine Favor. Now, Divine Favor is really good. I would think that you probably would want to pick this in Mythic Plus in particular. It's really good spot healing, honestly. Like, it's really strong spot healing. It's kind of slow, but it makes your Holy Light and Flash of Light increase its healing by 60%, meaning if you use this on a Holy Light, which is most likely what you're going to be doing, because you also get a faster Holy Light, it is going to be Omega huge. Pretty much all in hands, close to it. So this could be a potential cooldown you would want to be using in Mythic Plus as well as in rating, but unfortunately you gotta go through this useless set of talents, which you probably would pick this one, honestly. You always want to be avoiding casting anything at all on your beacon target for the sake of efficiency of the beacons. That should be a last resort, so I think you would always be picking this one instead, just as a means of getting extra healing instead of losing value of your beacons. Either way, that is something that you could potentially get, but we'll see about that later when we are really checking how many points that we really have to spare. While in Power of Infusion of Light, Flash of Light heals for an additional 10% on Holy Light with funds, 2% of your maximum mana. Oh, hold up. While empowered by Infusion of Light. So it just means that whenever you consume Infusion, you will also get increased healing done from Flash of Light by 10%, not too much really. The Holy Light mana refund sounds interesting if that's what you're gonna be ending up spamming out. I was worried about the mana efficiency of a caster build, and this could potentially help out with that. Is it possible we can get mob Paladin playstyle with it being in melee range? I have no idea what Mist of Pandaria Paladin was like. It's probably the expansion I know the least about. Never played it on private servers, never played it on retail, so I have no idea what that is like. No clue whatsoever. Alright, we know what that is though, that's alright-ish. Second, Lardon, good stuff, nothing new, we already had that as well. Good old Morats, Echoing Blessings being on that side. I don't know why we still have Imperial Ward, this is absolute dog shit. Imbued Fusions, consuming Infusion of Life reduces the cooldown of Holy Shock by 1 second. This is alright, I guess. I mean, you want to have more Holy Shock so you get more infusions. That is the core playstyle of a ranged Holy Paladin, it should be. And you would also be stacking crit, I would imagine. At least until you get 100% crit on your Holy Shock during wings. So, if that's even possible, I do believe it is right though. But not really sure now. But yeah, you would probably be picking this if you were going to be playing a ranged Holy Paladin build. Now we still have Rule of Law over here, but they moved the healing increase on your spenders over here. Okay, doesn't matter too much. It should have a different icon though, it's just a little bit confusing that it has the same Rule of Law icon. I get they are converting the increased mastery value from Rule of Law into this thing. Still, I don't know, just get another icon honestly. Say Battle Light being optional now, it's an absolute blessing, I hate that talent so much. Scintillation, boring, but it's good. I mean, same shit about this one. You just want to have more Holy Shocks and more crit. This also helps with having to gear less into Critical Strike. We are also on the PTR, so we're level 60, therefore we don't have access to all the talent points. And as you can see, we still need 2 more to go down, but we won't have enough to do anything really meaningful. So unfortunately, since the new beta build is not up, we can't really do a full talent tree. It's not even up on Wowhead yet, so we can't do that either. I'm expecting the beta to go live, or the new build on beta to go live later on today. So maybe I'll be checking that out after the raid. If that is the case, we'll just use that for the video. We'll just like completely forget about this, but still kind of cool to check this out. What up, Helix? Alrighty, so what else? Anything new here? We got beacons, we got this stuff, Flash of Light, Holy Light, and Judgment, Critical Strike, Switch the cooldown of Hammer and Wrath, make it usable on targets, regardless of their health. Is this good? I mean, this is alright. This is alright. Now, you're gonna have way less uptime on wings, so being able to cast the Hammer of Wrath will be much more of an special moment, because you won't have access to it as often. It's just extra holy power generation whenever you get a critical strike. Yeah. It could be cool, honestly. It could be cool, but what do you get from it? Like, you just really get holy power. I get that you will not completely ignore your holy power generate, like spenders rather, but I still really don't have, like, what I really want to know is how good of a synergy is there going to be between playing a ranged build that's gonna be about Infusion of Light and casting Holy Light and Flash of Light, and then generating holy power and using your normal spenders. That's really what I'm worried about. Those two things are only compatible if you are on melee. So even if I say caster Holy Paladin, I don't think there's ever really going to be a ranged Holy Paladin as of now. There can't be a ranged Holy Paladin so long as Crusader Strike is a thing and gives holy power. Yo, what up? Greetings from Peru. Hello there, ¿cómo estás? So, I don't really know if... Yeah, there's gonna be quite some... There is quite some questions when it comes to how good of a synergy there's gonna be between casting and then generating holy power and then spending it on stuff. So, not really sold on that one. Breaking down good old stuff. Same. Oh, they implemented this one now. Let's go. Okay, we can actually test this. I fucking need to do a tree here as well if I wanna. I don't care about this too much. Don't worry about it. Oh wait, what the fuck? They changed the stuff on here as well, right? Hold up. This is new as well. Well, mounted on your charger. This is the same bullshit. Yeah, but they moved that away from somewhere else, right? Didn't they? This was not like this before, so they've changed something there. I didn't notice that. We'll have to look at this again in a minute. I also want to see if Seal of Order is working now. But we gotta do this in a moment if we're gonna go anywhere lower in the tree. Give me a second. Just put some points somewhere. Some good old points randomly. And one more. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's finish this up in a moment. I want to see if this is working, and I also want to see if this is stacking up to 40%. It should be stacking up to 40% because now it's been implemented. What about this one? They didn't implement the buff to mastery. Okay, whatever. Alrighty. Okay, I was joking. Let's just leave casting for PvP. Haha, too late, man. Speaking of cast reading, is that you, Hime? Where's the 40? It's right here. The 40-yard thing is right there. Was this a troll thing? Yeah. Nah, it's happening, bro. It's happening. It is right there. It's not going away. That's like a staple for Holy Paladin. It needs to be there just in case there's a fight where you need to have used that. Right. Let me just see if there's anything that was actually worth looking at. Holy Light and Flash of Light have a chance to grant your power of the Silver Hand, increasing the healing of your next Holy Shock by 10%. Off all damage and effective healing you do within the next 10 seconds up to a maximum of 39k? Hold up. I forgot about this completely. So you get buffed and then you do damage. And also all the healing you do counts towards buffing this Holy Shock by a fuckload. So your Holy Shock is like a Light of the Martyr with Marats. It's gonna hit for 40k plus the Holy Shock healing. That is juicy. What's the cooldown on this though? It's proc based, so there's no cooldown. Gotta look at the internal cooldown on this then. Procs per minute. Oh, I mean, it's not gonna go all the way to 40k because it's only 10% of the healing and damage you do. So you would have to do 400k healing and damage during 10 seconds for this to be buffed. Is that gonna be the case in Dragonflight? Probably. I mean, the number inflation is gonna be huge, so maybe that's the case all the time, but I don't know. The talent doesn't work with ranged build then? You mean this one? Breaking down? Oh yeah, I mean this one, yeah. It's the healing part as well. This could be potentially pretty good for everything, but it is Holy Light and Flash of Light. That's what I'm thinking. You're gonna be weaving in your Holy Lights and Flash of Lights with your melee playstyle and your Holy Power generation. That's the whole vibe I'm getting. You're still not gonna be a ranged player. I'm assuming you're still not gonna be ranged no matter what. It's just gonna be a matter of how well you can synergize everything. Yo, what up, by the way, Seikena? Welcome. Barrier of Faith, the friendly time with the Barrier of Faith, healing them more. Oh, they changed the icon now. Okay, this is a decent icon now. Yeah, so it's just the same shit. Accumulates the healing. Every 6 seconds it transforms into an Absorb. Good stuff. Marats, same shit. Extension onto the Tears Deliverance. That is of questionable value, to say the least. Spending, this is the Retribution, legendary thing, more haste. That's pretty good though. This is gonna be pretty much, holy fucking shit. I haven't heard of that ever. Yeah, it's like the first time I hear the cheer. Thank you very much. God damn, that was scary. I appreciate that. Fully ranged doesn't work because of the not being targeted by ranged abilities thing. Yeah, that is also a thing. You're not really able to contribute much as a range. You're still gonna be qualified as melee on a raid basis. So it is per finisher. You could keep this up potentially forever, right? 1% per finisher for 12 seconds, so you could potentially keep this up forever. You do cast a lot of dawn every 12 seconds for sure, so you should have this all the time. Not that sure Flash and Holy have much synergy. If you have, if no pure caster crit mastery, I'm going for the pussy. The stats would also change. Yeah, the stats would also change towards critical strike, so it's even less compatible in that way. But you're not gonna give up the holy power generation of Crusader Strike, and so much of the strength of the spec will still come from casting Lights of Dawn. So, if anything, you will try to get the best of both worlds, as I'm assuming. You would try and still be melee, generate holy power for your Lights of Dawn, and if you can afford to get any value out of the new talents that really buff your spot healing through Flash of Light and Holy Light, then you could try and weave in casts of those things to benefit from those talents. I'm just speaking out of my ass. I don't have specifics, so I really need to go through these talents and try and come up with a build and test it out. But that's the idea that I have, that you could still, you would still go in melee and generate holy power through Crusader Strike, use your Lights of Dawn just like in Shadowlands right now. But then there might be the case where you go and actually cast some Flash of Light or Holy Light because there's some bonus to it, or it's been buffed beyond belief. Maybe something like this, where you could have a fat ass Holy Shock, which could have quite some value. More spot healing for Paladins, it's always real nice, and this could provide quite some value in many scenarios. I see this being extremely strong in PvP, honestly. Even if it doesn't go anywhere near the cap. Just this sounds like a PvP talent right off the bat. Yeah, crit should be coming back so long as the caster build is a thing, and then that's when crit will come back. So we got Inflorescence back as well, one more charge of Infusion, cost a Flash of Light, and 30% chance to generate an additional Holy Power. I don't really know why. I guess if it was 100% chance to get 2 Holy Power from Holy Light, you would always go for that instead. So they have to make it RNG. I just hate the RNG component. It's not even a third. Why is it not 33%? It's like, this chance-based bullshit is just... I know there's RNG everywhere, but when it comes to holy power generation, you don't want to be RNGing the fuck out of things. And it's very much been the case for Paladin. It's just been a slot machine for the entirety of Shadowlands, and we're going back into it. I mean, we still have Divine Purpose, and we'll still have Awakening, so we're still a slot machine, pretty much. You're not gonna get rid of Awakening, there's no shot. So long as you're still gonna be getting good value out of Light of Dawn, you will always have Awakening, and you will always have Divine Purpose. Unless Holy Avenger is really strong in some fights, but not really sure about that one. Maybe Mythic Plus. It's gonna be melee and middle range. No, there's not gonna be. You're gonna be melee 100% because of Crusader Strike. So you cannot be in the middle of anywhere. You need to be on melee range so you can Crusader Strike. That's the point. There's no being far away or not quite in melee, because then what's the point? You're already at range. You're just at range that's not too far. You need to be in melee range so you can hit with your Crusader Strikes. Do you think that with Infusion of Light and City, maybe not worth to stay range? Yeah, it's just... There's a lot of questions right now, honestly. There's a lot of questions. Yo, what up? Course my skills. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Actually, not too good. I got the COVID shot because I gotta go abroad, and it's fucking me up. It's been 2 days. It's just... I've got my arm just swollen, and it's absolutely disgusting. But I'm doing alright, though. It's not too bad. Just many powers. This is the Vanquisher's Hammer thing made into Judgment now instead of Vanquisher's Hammer. This effect is quite powerful though. Water Glory, and then you cast another Ladodon with increased effectiveness. It's only 25 instead of 50% increased effectiveness. Yo, appreciate the sub very much. Thank you for the prime. Hopefully I feel better soon. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I do hope I feel better soon, because it's actually quite annoying, especially when you go to sleep and you rest your arm and like it squishes and it's so swollen. If you guys saw it, it's like I've gotten so buff all of a sudden. Like if I just hit the gym, but only with one arm, because it's absolutely swollen. It's kind of weird. I do think this could be a potential peak for pretty much rating for sure. I think. I mean, you do get extra. Just the effect of Vanquish's Hammer being tied to Judgment. I don't see how you don't pick this. It's like a free spender with increased effect, right? So you get 3 holy power basically for casting a Judgment every 30 seconds. I think this just has insane value everywhere, honestly. Mythic Plus and PvP. Rating, sorry. Not having Breaking Dawn. I mean, we've played with the Shadow Breakers before, so it's not that bad, but you know, there's no Forset, so it would just be for the sake of the healing, which would definitely diminish the value of it in Mythic Plus. For rating though, this pretty much seems like a staple to me. I don't see really why you would pick this up, especially with the RNG nature of it. Appreciate it, follow very much. JPH, wow. Thank you, welcome to the stream. So, yeah, I would heavily favor Empyrean Endowment over Inflorescence. Inflorescence has never been good anyways. I know the double infusion sounds like very important, but you can gear around that, so you can get a lot of crit, and you don't really need a double infusion. You can just generate a lot of infusions anyways, and I don't really see you using infusion that much anyways. So either way, we got Blessing of Summer. It literally says Blessing of Summer still. However, it does say Blessing of Season starts to Autumn. So let me do this and pick it up. I just want to see if this is actually Blessing of Summer, or is it gonna be shifting around into something else. And we got Crusader's Might still right here. Same stuff, not being nerfed. We got the Beacons, we got Divine Toll, we got Resonance, and we got Glimmer. Glimmer being a little bit more painful to get to. Okay, so I got a couple things I want to test out. Right, first, let's start with Blessing of Summer. Why not? Oh, we got Sense Undead as well, which is completely useless, but it's cool. Is this going to change? It doesn't change. It still is Blessing of Summer. So I'm just thinking at this point, this is supposed to just be Blessing of Summer. There's no Blessing of Autumn, Winter, or Spring. It's just Blessing of Summer, which, honestly, I think it's actually better. This is gonna make us a very good pick for Mythic Plus, honestly. This is gonna make us extremely good for Mythic Plus. Now our healing could be in the gutter, but this is gonna give us a lot of value. If it stays like this, it will. PP Pro Influencers, the mana cost only 800, but oh yeah, well I don't really think too much about PvP, but it is true that the mana value of stuff and being mana efficient is way more important than PvP. But I really don't play PvP, so I never really take that into account as much. Hold up, is this actually working though? Also grants 20% damage increase. Oh shit, hold up. Oh, they reworked this, or am I absolutely blind? So this increases the critical strike and the 20% damage, but not the healing though. What? Why though? Why? You removed rank 3 wings only for the sake of healing, and not for the damage. So we pick this and we do 20% increased crit and the 20% increased damage, but our wings are still only buffing us for 20%. This is why I wanted to go the other camera. You can still see stuff though. So we get the damage, the healing, and the crit. All the damage is not even baked into this though. It is though. It is though. Hasn't changed the tooltip though. So this should be 40% damage. This should be 40% increased damage when you pop wings. It is not. Damage, healing, and crit by 20. Yeah, but that's not what's supposed to be. Base rank of wings already gives you 20% increased healing and damage. It doesn't give you crit, But when you pick this, you have crit, and then you also get 20% increased damage on top of the other thing. That's how it's supposed to work. That's what I'm getting at. But we're only getting 20, 20, 20. 20 healing, 20 damage, 20 crit. So something's missing, or the tooltip is wrong. Maybe you only get the healing power from the base rank, and maybe you only get the damage power out of this, as well as the crit. But that would just mean that we are still getting weak wings, and you gotta spend an extra point just to get normal wings, once again. Which is absolute dog shit. You're separating a talent that's already a thing in Shadowlands into bits and pieces, so we have to waste a point to get the same value. Which is one of the things that I hate the most. PTR versus life because strike is down, 0.4 seconds, only one charge, SimCity is full. I don't know about the 2 holy power thing, honestly. Yeah, I don't know about the 2 holy power thing. Like, look at this. I already have the talent. I have beacon on myself. I only generate 1 holy power. Even when you don't have this talent, you still only get 1 holy power. Now, this talent is not doing anything right now. That's what I'm saying. This is just not working. It doesn't do anything. What I'm thinking is they're gonna be removing the holy power generation from healing a beacon target from baseline into the talent. That's what it should be. So you're not getting 2 holy power per beacon healing, because that would be insane. Not that insane, because of course you lose the value from healing the beacon target, but that would potentially be the way you play. You would go very efficient with mana, with like inflorescence, and then you would just like spam flash of lights onto beacon targets to generate 2 holy power, and then you could go ahead and spam some good old lights of dawn from range, because then your holy power generation would be busted. You would have pretty efficient flash of lights, and you could from range just be a good healer, but I'm still thinking you only get 1 holy power from healing the beacon. Second would come from infloration. But then you would have to use holy light, and that wouldn't be as good because it's just pretty slow. And would it be as efficient mana-wise? I mean, what is holy light right now? It's 1.5. Flash of light is 2.2. 30% on 2.2. Let's see what that would be like. That would go down to 1.5, 50 or 40 rather. So it would go down to about as much healing as a holy light with a faster cast. I think you would probably go with the flash of lights, but yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. It would just be double holy power generation from inflorescence by holy light spamming, and that still sounds terrible because of the long casts. Not really sure on that one. So we know Blessing of Summer is staying as Blessing of Summer, it's never changing. It's still just another Blessing of Summer 45 seconds after. I don't mind that too much, honestly. I think that's pretty alright. Now, Crusader Strike, or rather Judgment, is supposed to give me the buff. There we go. Your next Water Glory will automatically trigger a Light of Dawn. So let's see that. We do that, and there it is. It's just the good old Vanquisher's Hammer. Now, the tooltip for this talent is still broken. It still says strength is increased. Now it also says strength increased by 3. So it's even more broken. What happens when we drop it, though? Wait, does it actually increase it by 3? No fucking shot. It does! Oh my fucking god, it's so broken. What the hell did they do to it? Oh my fucking god, are you seeing this? Are you able to read this? It says your Crusader Strike now also grants you 1 increased primary stat for 6 seconds. 1! They broke it even more. So now you only get 1 single stat. It's not even that... Wait, it's not even working like that. I mean, I get a Celestial Guidance. Fuck that. So when I drop this... Now every time I use Crusader Strike, I actually get from... Look at the number right here. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate that. It goes from 2,693 to 97. So I get 4. I get 4 every time. Now I got 5. Now I got 4. What? And it says only increased by 3? Okay. Shit's fucked up. Let's just put it like that. Shit's fucked up. Whatever. Whatever. Appreciate the follow as well, pretty much. Rerun Arcana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there any tooltip indicator from my critical strike to holy shock? I mean, I guess I have the passive thing over here. Oh, cleanse is back! There we go, we got a magic dispel now, guys. It's back. Holy shit, they made it. There we go, we can dispel people now from magic debuffs. We're not in the gutter anymore. Oh man, Avenging Wrath. Okay, so we got quite some bugs and questions. Is this really supposed to just be Blessing of Summer? For first question. Second question, what the fuck's going on with Aspirations of Divinity? Let me put the other camera. Yeah. What the fuck is up with this shit? It's like not giving... It's just one primary stat, it says. It's not giving 1, it's giving 3 or 4. And it's saying strength on the tooltip. It's not strength, whatever. Yeah, this fucking thing is not working either. We're still getting holy power out of healing the beacon regardless of having this talent anyways. This is not working as intended. It's not like stacking up to 40%. What else? What else? What else? Divine Favor. Actually, let me just test out Seal of Order first. Is this actually working now? Are we getting Seal of Order buff? Doesn't seem like we are. Okay, so we get to 5 holy power now. We get... Okay, Seal of Order is still not even... It's not working. At least it doesn't show anything in the tooltip. Or rather, in your buffs. So you can still get your 2 buffs from Dusk and Dawn. But you are not getting Seal of Order. So this is still, like... How do I know if I have this running? It's definitely missing. Like, something's missing there. Is After Rematch working now? Doesn't seem like it is either. There's no buff to... Like, the way After Image reads is... After you spend 20 holy power, your next Word of Glory echoes onto a nearby ally. Now, there's no buff. There's no buff attached to it. I'm spending holy power. I don't know how much holy power I've spent. I've done 3 Lights of Dawn, so I've spent now 12. I've done a 4th one. Should be 15 now with that one. Now, I don't know if Divine Purpose procs count. I think they do. Not sure, but in any case, we'll do an extra one. So that would be 18. Let me do 2 more. That would be 21, but then just in case that Divine Purpose didn't count, that would be another one, right? So there we go. Now we would have used 20 holy power. Now, our next Word of Glory should do After Image. Did it do it? I think it did, actually. I think it did. Yeah, it did. It did. Look at this. Word of Glory healed this motherfucker for 30.5, and then it did also heal him for an extra cast. And if you look closely, when I Word of Glory, it did the thing twice. Now, it will only do the thing once. But there's just no buff indicator, right? So how am I tracking this? Do I need a weak aura to track this? I guess I will always have weak aura, right? But as a normal player without weak auras and shit like that, you would want to have some more reliable way of tracking that. I want to have a buff or something that tells me this is ready. Not just like a random proc, right? But it does seem like it's working. And in fact, the replication Word of Glory gave me it also critical strike, so it did more than 30% of the healing. It did more like 60%. So I don't know how many lights I don't have casted at this point, but I just can't tell, right? Wait, I got this. Oh, Sanctified Wrath, never mind. That's from casting Consecration. No, Sanctified Wrath. Sanctified Ground. So let me just do that again. But it looks quite cool, actually. You do like a twitch, and it's like double Word of Glory. Look at this guy. And it didn't seem as obvious now, but it did heal for 13.2, and then the After Image did 4k. So that is working. That is in place. It's just not too well explained. After Image is right here. So this could potentially be pretty okay for Mythic Plus. I think you could pretty much use this. It did heal me though, which is weird because I would have rather healed somebody else. I guess I'm the only one in the party, so it's like the only target it's finding. But this could be pretty okay in Mythic Plus. It's weird this is not implemented yet. Just a little bit of a fatter Water Glory. Whatever. Probably never really gonna be using this anywhere either way. Because if you're really gonna go for the spot healing from Water Glory... I mean, actually, no. Never mind, never mind. Never mind, because if you're gonna be running with this talent, you will be casting Water Glory naturally every 30 seconds. Yo, what up, Master Greenland Boss? The good old master, making it sound kinky every time. How you doing? How bad is it? It's not bad. It's not bad. Don't worry about it. So you would be casting Water Glory even in Raiding and Mythic Plus, if you're playing that though. So this could potentially get some spot healing value. Now in Mythic Plus you wouldn't really be using those Lights of Dawn, because there's no Forset. So then you wouldn't really be using this as much. Now in Raiding you would, so this could potentially be just nice spot healing on top of things. A little bit of a second source of fad Marats. But instead of actually being Marats, it's just your Water Glory. So this has quite some value. Now, is it going to overpower the extra Holy Power generation from Bestow Faith? Don't think so, honestly. I don't think so. How much have we been destroyed? Not at all. It's the same shit. Now we just have extra option on top. Appreciate the folds, by the way. It's not playing the sounds anymore. I don't know why. But I don't know. I don't really think this would ever compete with extra Holy Power generation, honestly. Because Water Glory doesn't do that much healing anyways. Hello there, Praxis. Beta hasn't done a tree. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't really go to beta and have 70 points, right? I'm only level 60 in PTR, so I don't have a full tree. I can't do all the things and actually play around with them. We're going to be able to play Caster Bill on Mythic Plus. I don't know, and I don't think so. I think that the way this is gonna work is you will still be on melee. You will still be using Crusader Strike to generate Holy Power. However, there's a chance that some of the new talents will make it so that you wanna maybe cast sometimes a Flash of Light or Holy Light, even if you're in melee, for the sake of using the new talents. But you will still most likely be on melee because the Holy Power generation from Crusader Strike, it's too good to pass on. I don't see a world where you're not in melee because that just gives you the best amount of Holy Power generation. And I doubt that Infusion of Light is going to make your Flash of Light and Holy Light be that much better than they are right now so that you actually want to be using them all the time. I don't think that will ever be your main source of healing. I might swallow my words in a couple months, but I don't think that will ever really be your main source of healing. It will still be Light of Dawn for raiding, and it will probably still be Water Glory for Mythic Plus. But we have new tools, don't worry about that though. We have new tools, it's not just Doom all over. I think the new tools will be pretty handy for PvP and for Mythic Plus in particular. Just how good are they gonna be? Can't tell. I need to test that out in dungeons, and there's no level 70 character pre-made stuff on beta right now, and there's no Mythic Plus. So whenever those are live, if I'm able to, I will be doing I will be testing out the new dungeons with different builds that I might come up with, and then going for you know, a good assessment of, is this really going to be useful here or there, and how good is it? Right now, can't tell. We're really just trying to find out how things work, and if things are bugged out. And it seems like a lot of stuff is still bugged out. I don't really remember if they changed this like the previous build, but now this is also like away from all the shit, so good stuff. You're never going to be picking that. No, you're wrong. Would love to have a pure, viable, ranged Holy Paladin back. A lot of people do, though. A lot of people are really willing, I really hope that that's the case. I just don't think that's gonna be ever happening so long as there's no way of generating a lot of Holy Power from a ranged. And Crusader Strike is the main source of Holy Power generation. Even if Crusader Strike wasn't the main source, it's still one of the better sources, the second one. So, are you really going to be passing on generating that much Holy Power because you want to be standing far away from melee? No, because your healing will be way worse. You would be generating way less Holy Power, and your main source of healing, it's still going to be Light of Dawn for raiding and Water Glory for Mythic Plus and PvP. Maybe not for PvP, your main source of healing, but still it's going to be like your big healing button. So yeah, you don't want to pass on that, really. Now PvP has always been a thing where you don't really play melee anyways. You kind of like just play the line of sight game, and you try and get the best of both worlds, where you're like line of sighting, whipping in casts, maybe going into melee whenever you can. But really, PvP is a different beast. I don't play PvP. Don't really ask me things about that. I'm actually a noob for Holy Paladin PvP. Flash on beacon generates always. Yeah, that's the thing. That's a bug right now, because you would have to pick this. So we can't really test out a build that works, because there's things that are just not working, really. This is not supposed to be the case. Now, do I need to spend the points on that? Could I spend the points on something else? Is this gonna work this way? Is this gonna give me 2 Holy Power? Is it supposed to be the case that I'm still getting Holy Power without having that talent? Like, too many questions, and if I even just drop that, I destroy my entire tree. Let me just put it elsewhere so I can show you that if I don't pick this, I'm still getting Holy Power from Beacon. Even without a talent that gives you Holy Power generation from healing the Beacon, I'm still getting Holy Power. Wait, hold up, it's not working! Oh my god, wait! Oh, I know what it is! I know what it is! I already had it. I already had the thing, because before they reset the trees, I had already spec'd into this. So I already had the passive on my spellbook, even if I didn't pick it. But when I finished building my tree, I actually got it again, and now that I put it away, I lost it. So this works. Okay, this is working now. So without this, there is no beacon Holy Power generation. There you go. It is working now, and we figured out why it was doing the funky stuff. So now we don't have a beacon Holy Power generation. We know that that's the thing we can actually use. If you want to go that way, which I wouldn't advise you, there is this thing where you increase your healing onto the beacon target. There is Inflorescence, where you get increased, or you get the chance to generate additional Holy Power by using Holy Light. There is the better mana efficiency from Flash of Light. There is other stuff like this thing over here is probably going to be used in many scenarios, with the random chance of getting a bunch of healing added to your Holy Shock. Yeah, I don't really know what the chance of this proccing is gonna be. Let's actually test this out. Let's try that out. What's the thing that triggers it? It's just like casting Flash of Light and Holy Light, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the buffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, hold on. What the fuck is this? Oh no, it's just for hiding it. I think I've done like 9 or 10, and I still haven't gotten a proc. Hold up. Is it actually? It is implemented. Holy Light and Flash of Light have a chance to grant you power of the Silver Hand, increasing the healing of your next Holy Shock by 10% of all damage and healing done during the next 10 seconds. Now, I did not get a proc in 10 Flash of Lights, 11. These are just Holy Lights now. I don't even know how many, but it's just ridiculous. I should have gotten already one for sure. It's either not showing properly, because maybe save the loadout. It shouldn't be test. New loadout, test 2. Shouldn't do any difference. Maybe because I'm healing the beacon target. Let me heal somebody else. Maybe it's actually it's only real healing that counts. That's the thing with these new talents. Also, Barrier of Faith. It only counts real healing. Fucking hell, man. It only counts actual healing. It doesn't count over healing. So maybe it's not. But it doesn't say it procs on healing. It just procs on casts. It's plenty broken right now in PTR. Yeah, there's just so many things that are too broken. So this is not really proccing ever. Let me take damage and see. I don't have bindings for mount and stuff like that. I'm already topped, didn't do shit. It doesn't seem to be working right now, unfortunately, so we can't really see anything about it. It's not like it's gonna be a groundbreaking thing to see if it works, but at least we could see the proc rate. That's what I was interested about. Using this would heal you for 2k, which is like, why would it only heal for 2k? If you're gonna make it heal on application, make it do something else. And there we go, it stores 20% of the healing done, and we got a little barrier, and that's cool stuff. But once you're over healing, it doesn't give you any accumulation. You got the previous accumulation. Wait, what the fuck? Where's the buff? Where did it go? 17 seconds? Oh, no way. Hold up. I need to wait. I need to wait and see one thing. I think the actual barrier disappeared when the absorb disappeared. I think they're removing the same spell ID. Let me take damage and then wait for the cooldown here. Okay, apply it on me. Apply it. Okay, I have some healing done. I'll get the absorb. Now there's the absorb. So we have 3 seconds, 8 seconds. That one's gone. Okay, no, I was just stripping. So it's still right there. It's just, it did seem to me that they both expire at the same time, but that was just me. So that one's only really working on healing done, which reduces the value of it by a lot. But otherwise, you would probably just be spamming the healing target, and you could get some nice absorbs. It wouldn't be broken. I don't think it will be broken because it's only 20% of effective healing done by Flash of Light and Hollow Light onto a single target. But it could be almost, I don't know, it could be broken if you put some shenanigans together. Either way, this is kind of bad, honestly. Just because of that. And this is not working, so we can't really test if this is actually there. Letting you heal other people, my settings... Yeah, that's some... Well, I was told that that was a problem with... there's this new setting that they implemented, Auto Self-Cast. You have this enabled by default on the PTR and beta. You have to disable it. You just have to disable it, and that's when you can actually heal people. Now, the way this reads is, when this is enabled, friendly target spells that you cast while you have a non-friendly target or no target will automatically be self-cast. AKA, unless a target is in your party or your group, everything will be cast on yourself. That's what I'm thinking it is. Because even when you're like selecting clearly friendly targets, it wasn't working, right? It was casting on yourself. So I think it only takes friendly targets as people in your group. So that's why they was always just casting things on you. Are they planning on doing a health squish? Don't think so, no. I don't think so. Then there's nothing being said about that, so I think it's staying as it is. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do a tree here, right? Like, if we try to do a tree for Mythic Plus or whatever, we just don't have enough points. We're missing 5 points, but we could always think about where those 5 points would go. It would just be a little bit weird, but either way, let's try and do a Mythic Plus tree, okay? Let's think about that stuff. It's gonna be hard. There's a lot of new shit, but let's go with it, okay? All right, let's say you're gonna be picking Holy Light because you kind of need to path down this way no matter what. Could you potentially not pick that? No, because you don't have a way going in the middle. I don't see you not picking Lardon either. Like, it's such a staple, but let's just pick that as well. Now, Mythic Plus, as I already mentioned, you're not gonna be using as many Lights of Dawn, so then Bestow Faith would just be free healing and Holy Power generation. Not as good for Mythic Plus, but still good enough. You kind of want to get it. So we need to move somewhere, and this would probably be to this one, Holy Shock, healing and damage increase. If you can get the best of both worlds with a little bit of healing and damage on top of that, I think that's going to be more valuable. So we would pick... Oh, this is not Unbreakable Spirit. I thought for a moment it was Unbreakable Spirit. I didn't even read it before. Its Lay on Hands cooldown is reduced by 1 second per Holy Power spent. This is good, honestly. This is just good. It's not like mandatory kind of good, but it's good. Are we gonna go down this way anyways? I wouldn't think so, to be honest. For Mythic Plus, I wouldn't think you play any of this. So then you would probably... Actually, you could potentially pick this, but you need to pick something else if you're gonna go down anyways. So I'm thinking you would just go that way for more Lay on Hands. You would get the extra healing from Word of Glory and two charges of Crusader Strike. You would get the increased healing transfer from Beacon for sure. Imperial Ward, Dog Shit, you never want to be picking that if you can avoid it. Rule of Law, you don't want that. Echoing Blessings, not too good anyways. Light of the Martyr, though, you kind of want to have a Light of the Martyr. So consuming Infusion reduces the cooldown of Holy Shock. That would just be a bit of a waste, but Light of the Martyr has so much value for Mythic Plus. Just as the Panic button. Just as a Panic button, that's already pretty fucking huge. Now, Divine Favor also really has a lot of value for Mythic Plus. So maybe you would indeed go something like this, so you can like panic heal your tank, which sometimes it happens. Like sometimes you do rely on panic healing your tank a little bit. It's not ideal, but it happens. So then you could like potentially pick Divine Favor, go into a Light Hammer. Divine Favor would be a pretty good panic button as well for Mythic Plus. Flash of Light heals for additional stuff. I don't think you would want to have that for Mythic Plus. Not the greatest option. The cooldown of Aura Mastery would always be good, but maybe you could just do without that, honestly, in Mythic Plus. I don't think that's that great on Mythic Plus. I do indeed go a lot of time without actually even using Aura Mastery in Mythic Plus. Actually, fuck that. And let's just pick that and that so we can actually get ourselves to... Increase Holy Shock Critical Strike is good. This is just naturally good. Even if we're not even gonna be using Damage Infusions. It just means more healing, so why not pick it if it's like... You're not giving up anything that's too great. Tower of Radiance here would probably be an ideal pick. If you're ever gonna be going down the path of spamming your tank for, you know, a desperate situation, having that Holy Power Generation would really be good. Like, would be the cherry on top. So now we have 5 points. You should imagine that now we have 10 points. So that's how it would work. You would pick this for damage and critical strike. You could maybe potentially actually have used this, but I don't know if this is gonna be reliable. So need to know if this is actually working as I think it is. For sure you would go down Awakening. You would go down a Blessing of Summer. And then you would probably go down to Divine Toll, and then you would have 5 more points. So that would be 1, 2, 3. Wait, is it 5 more points? Actually, am I tripping? Is there anywhere that it says? It is 5 and 5, right? So it should be 5 more points, yeah. It should be 5 more points. Oh, I forgot about Beacon, right? So you would get double Beacon, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th point that would probably be this, Imperient Endowment. You really wouldn't be picking Marats for Mythic Plus, since you have to cast Light at Dawn. Barrier of Faith seems pretty lackluster. Tears of Deliverance, still pretty lackluster. This is something that I don't really know if it's gonna be that good, but you could potentially drop something. Now, can you even drop a talent point up here? No, you can't. You can't even drop a talent point. So you need to pick that or something else, and you don't really want Second Sunrise, you don't want Save Vitalites, you don't want Divine Revelations, probably not. Imperial Ward sucks, these ones are not the greatest for Mythic Plus. Echoing Blessings kinda sucks, and you have to pick Rule of Law first anyways. So you then would really not have too many options, honestly. You're not passing on Awakening, you're not passing on Might. So yeah, what would that be once again? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe... Oh yeah, Relentless Inquisitor, shit, I forgot about this one. So maybe you drop Glimmer, but Glimmer is just so good to just not have it. You want to have Divine Toll, you want to have Blessing of Summer. For sure. Maybe you could just like have 1 point onto Relentless Inquisitor, honestly. What is it, like 1% haste? What is that to? Is it like you can go all the way to 6% haste? Oh wait, it doesn't change. Oh no, it's stacking all the way up to 5 times. Okay, so it is 2% more haste. I don't think that's that great, honestly. I think that kind of just sucks. So then you would probably not pick 2 of those. I mean, it is better, but it's not even giving you double the value. So fuck that. You would probably just go Divine Toll. You would pick Glimmer. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm missing 1 right here. That would be 4. And then I would have 1 extra point. And then I would be picking Imperient Endowment. That's 5. That's what I think I would be picking for Mythic Plus, off the top of my head right now. This would potentially be the tree. I don't see... We're not ranged. Like, this tree is literally melee Holy Paladin right now, with potentially extra damage from wings. Potentially. We have Vanquisher's Hammer from this. We have Divine Toll, Glimmer, Blessing of Summer. So we have all the good stuff from the previous tree. The tree that we lost would still be the thing. We would still have all the good stuff from that. Resonance is not that great. Glimmer would be way better than Resonance. Blessing of Summer, a fuckload of damage, a lot of damage. Divine Toll, good old Divine Toll. This is literally like playing Night Fae, Kyrian, and Necrolord at the same time. And we have a lot of damage from this, if it's working as it's supposed to. So we have a lot of damage, almost Benthir. I mean, we don't have Ashen, but we have a lot of damage, so we still have that value of being pumpers. As well as consecrated, like consecration damage increase, Holy Power spending abilities doing extra damage. That means our Shield of the Righteous would do extra damage. Seal of Order, if Seal of Order... I wish this fucking worked, because I really want to know if this is as good as I think it is. But Seal of Order is gonna be insane. It is gonna be insane. And there is a build where you can actually pick Seal of Order and Mad Paragon at the same time. But you would have to drop the Cleanse Toxins. So that could be situational. But there is a build where you can do that. Not on the PTR, because we're not level 70. But that is a build that exists. So this is looking juicy. Now, how good is this compared to other classes? I don't know. This is looking good though. I do like the way this looks right now, honestly. And my throat is giving up on me. According to the update post, Avenging Wrath Might is getting removed. Okay, fuck it, I guess. Sure, I don't care. I mean, it is boring. But it's not even working right now. Like, this is only giving you 20% extra critical strike chance. And in theory, it would make your wings give you 40% increased damage done. Yeah, that would be very strong. That would be very strong. Because we have Awakening. And we have Divine Purpose. So our wings uptime, it's still gonna be very good. We don't have a 4 set, but we have a lot of procs anyways. We could have Mad Paragon, more uptime on wings. We would be very strong with the way this looks like right now. Just imagine, Divine Toll, Glimmer to make everything just nice and good all over the place. Literally, you have Vanquisher's Hammer onto your Judgment. Extra value from your Worlds of Glory. Sometimes they also do a Light of Dawn, so more healing just for free. And you have Blessing of Summer on top of everything, so Omega damage that you give to allies. You almost have a PI. Now PI could be better, could be worse, same as this, but you have a buff that's gonna make you just as good. This looks good. This looks good, honestly. I like it. Now, I'm not using any of the new talents that they applied for casters. It really doesn't seem like any of those is gonna be that great. Now, Divine Favor is huge, though. Divine Favor is huge. I love this. Because Divine Favor is like an extra panic button. You don't really benefit from the Infusion of Light bullshit, and you're not really using it for much. But just having this as an extra fat-ass spot heal, good stuff. Divine Toll plus Vanquisher's Hammer. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there it is, Divine Toll. That's Night Fae. And that is... basically, that's Vanquisher's Hammer. You throw a Judgment, and your next Word of Glory, it's gonna activate a Light of Dawn as well, for 25% increased effectiveness. So it is a little bit worse, because Vanquisher's Hammer had a lot of damage attached to it. It gave you Holy Power, and also it increased the value of that Light of Dawn that they procs by 50%. Now it's only 25. It's still also every 30 seconds. It doesn't have a second charge like Unity Vanquisher's Hammer. That's obviously was gonna go away anyways, the second charge. But most importantly, it's the Holy Power generation that's lost. But this is effectively just Vanquisher's Hammer. Effectively. What you really would be benefiting from the new talents here for like a caster thing would be having this like reduce cooldown on Holy Shock whenever you use you consume an infusion. Maybe this thing where you get increased additional healing for healing your beacon target. I mean, what are you gonna be picking? Like Splash, Holy Light, or increased spot healing for panic healing your tank? You're also picking Beacon of Faith anyways for Mythic Plus, so this would also be getting value on that beacon target. So that's just great. I don't think you really want to be... What the fuck is that, bro? Is that like a fucking gift card or something? Oh, my throat is in shambles already. Oh. Cat on the keyboard. It's the code for sharing the build. Yeah, hold up. Let me apply this and you are what? You are mounted and you can't change builds if you're mounted? Oh my god, man. Let me save this for a second. Alright, this should be saved. So do I do like a new loadout? Do I just change loadout? Okay. And then like import it onto this one. Import. The loadout you're trying to import is out of date. What the fuck? I literally copied the thing. You're out of date, mate. You're out of date, bro. What the fuck are you doing, man? You gotta update yourself, bro. You're out of date. And I cannot even change loadouts now for some reason. I completely bricked it. Yep, I can't actually change the loadout if this one's not finished. I need to finish it up, and for some reason it reset when I try to import your stuff. What the fuck, Blizzard? This is clunky as fuck. There's a lot of clunky stuff. Let me just fill this up so I can change loadout, but... And you also can't even close your tree. I can't apply the changes until the entire tree is filled. So if I'm testing stuff out, I can't have a semi-full tree. I need to have a full tree with all the talent points that I have. Okay, so now I can switch to the other build. Okay, now I can. It's probably a time traveler. Yeah, man, like, what the fuck are you doing? Right, let me just go through this once again. So, we have our personal aura mastery. We have more lay on hands, which is just nice. It's completely nice. Love it. We would have increased healing done from Holy Shock as well as extra healing, or rather damage. This increased Holy Light and Flash of Light healing wouldn't really be used that much. Again, we're not really going to rely on Flash of Light and Holy Light. We're just looking to get value from them, but not actually rely on their healing. Divine Favor, juicy as fuck. Increased healing from Laradon and Word of Glory. More healing on top of everything. Crusade Strike 2 charges, good stuff. We got the Beacon, Holy Power Generation, good shit. Cooldown reduction onto Holy Shock for consuming Infusion. Pretty bad, we don't really use this, but we need to get to Lara the Martyr. It's a really good panic button, and we don't want to be losing this on Mythic Plus. Extra Holy Shock critical strike chance. You're saying this might be removed? I mean, let's see what they bring instead. I hope they don't just let us to always pick Avenging Crusader for fuck's sake. Look at the tooltip though. Look at that. What is that even supposed to mean? What is that? Anyways, you're never going to be picking this. Forget about Avenging Crusader ever being good. I hope they don't just let us to pick this 100%. That would be absolutely disgusting. And yeah, we just don't have Save at a Light, dog shit. Echoing Blessings, dog shit. Untempered Dedication and Marats, not the best for Mythic Plus. We're not picking Second Sunrise. We're not going to be using Laradon in Mythic Plus anyway, since there's no 4-set. Breaking Dawn, it's gone, and it wouldn't really be feasible to pick it because it would be too many points. Flash of Light, Holy Light, and Judgment, Critical Strike Chance, which is the cooldown of Hammer Wrath. This could be good, especially Judgment stuff, but there's a chance we actually use this. There's a chance we actually drop something for this. We could even drop this point. Yeah, I could see a world where we even drop a Relentless Inquisitor, and we grab that instead. right? We just don't have enough points, so we can't do the full 3. But I think this is like you're gonna be judgmenting on cooldown pretty much because of Judgment of Light. So you would be picking that most likely, because you would just get a lot of free Hammers of Wrath, which means more damage, which means more holy power generation, which means more healing, which means more damage, blah 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 blah. You know what it means. It's all fitting into the treadmill of generating more wings, therefore doing more damage and more healing. So this synergizes quite well, even if it's only for the judgment stuff. But is it worth dropping 3% increased? Because this is only going to be 1 rank, so this would only be 1 single point right there. So this would only be 3% increased haste. Is it really that good to get 3% increased haste? Yeah, 3% increased haste is really good. And we can't really give up anything else up here. Then enhance some PvP POC? Yep. Divine Favor not make the spell uninterruptible? It doesn't say so, right? The healing of your next Holy Light and Flash of Light is increased by 60% and its cast time is reduced by 30%. It doesn't say the uninterruptible thing. It might be a PvP talent? Target, this is a... Oh, hold up. Oh yeah, that was already a thing. Ultimate Sacrifice. Stacking up to 5 times. Increased buffs. Range of your aura by 30 yards. Cooldown of Aura Mastery. All allies have the spell for the same effect. Healing allies will cleanse the poisons. Yep. Suppress snares. Just move the 4. Oh yeah, the adjustment thing is fucking huge. This is so good. But interrupt is used on you while you are not casting, gain 15% increase haste and become immune to control. Was this already a thing? I never knew about that actually. It does seem like the uninterruptible thing is gone. Your getting 6% increase to the same sense. Okay. Reckoning. So it does seem like that's gone. That's just tank stuff, right? Hold up. No, I already picked them. Never mind. Yeah, double charges and damage reduction thing. Yep, okay. When you and your allies with your aura, critical strike gain reckoning. When stack victims, your next judgment will deal 200% increased damage. What the hell? Activates Avenging Wrath. Alright, well, so it does seem like that's gone from PvP talents. So Divine Favor is now weaker, but it's baseline from the talent tree. Is it a good trade-off? I don't know. I don't really know. With all those options selected, how long is Leon Hands now? We don't know. It depends on your Holy Power spending. 1 second per Holy Power spend depends on like how good are you at generating and using that Holy Power. Could potentially be very low. Not sure, but it's already gonna be 7 minutes because you're likely going to always pick Unbreakable Spirit. Now down from 7 minutes, I'm thinking it might just go down to 4 minutes or 3.5. So this is really good, honestly. Like the amount of times Leon Hands can save a key is huge. So just this alone is already getting us a lot of value. Also PvP. Do you think they should change our mastery? Also, can you say hello to Lena? That would be nice. Hello, Lena. How you doing? Change the value of or change your mastery. I don't think that's happening. I don't see a world where they do that now. That would be insane. There's no time. The tree is like literally not working in so many ways, and they just don't have time, honestly. Would it be a good thing? Maybe. I don't really care too much about our current mastery. It's not even that interesting. But yeah, I don't think they have the time. Maybe you can do on a Wowhead. No, it's not a Wowhead. It's not even a Wowhead. I've been checking it out. It's not there. Shock Barrier would make a good mastery. That's the thing about that. Like, we had a previous, we already had that mastery. Like Shock Barrier was already our mastery back in the day, before Legion, I think it was. Our mastery was literally Shock Barrier. Whenever we healed somebody, that left an Absorb Shield on them, and that was literally Shock Barrier. I think it was like all healing done, something like that. Don't really take this for my words for granted, but that was already a thing. Why did they remove that? That's because absorb shields are toxic to the healing meta. They're not good for healers because they snipe healing without any effort. Our current mastery is supposed to be more balanced, but it's really making us put it in a bit of a weird spot. Like, the people say that this mastery makes you go melee 100% of the time. I don't necessarily agree. I think if you're stuck in the ranged clump, you're still getting value of your mastery. Now, are you gonna be healing the ranged players with Ladadon as well as the melee players? No, no shot. They're gonna be spread out. They're always gonna be a little bit farther away from you. That's the value of ranged players. They don't need to be in a clump. But for the sake of things like healing rain or efflorescence or anything you put on the ground, the ranged and the melee, they always want to be stacked up as much as possible anyways, ideally. So it's a big question. I don't really think it makes you as melee as people think it does, honestly. But for the most part, it kind of benefits more being in melee than ranged. The Holy Paladin tree is on Wowhead. The new one? Yeah, it is still the old one. Do you think there will be any more changes to the tree? Well, somebody just said that they are removing Avenger Might. Like, this talent is going to be removed. If that's the case, I would expect there to be a new change. Also, this is not even implemented yet. This is not even implemented yet either. So they have to do things about the tree. Like, there's new things coming eventually. They're gonna be changing those. When? I don't know. How big are the changes gonna be? I don't know. But so far, I like the tree. I honestly like the tree. I think this is making us even more powerful than the previous tree, if not just as good. So we haven't lost anything really. I don't think there's been anything that's that big of a deal that we've lost. I would have to compare though. God damn my throat, man. Is the new one on mine? Let me just go ahead and check. Maybe they just updated it right now. That would be pretty convenient. Nah, this is the old one for me. Look at that. Old shit. Well, we can just look at it now. What did we lose? We got Infusion baseline. This is now not even a must. This is like baked into this, so that was already a thing actually. I thought it was a new one for a moment. We got that, we got that, we got that. They changed the icon, we got all the stuff. We lost Liadrian's, was dog shit anyways. Not dog shit, but it was not that great. This was the buffed and baked into that.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Did we lose anything really? We lost this. But they made it into this. Oh, that's fucking classic.
Shit, I'm sorry.
They made it into this, which is just stronger baseline. Fuck. Let me tap to the right one. There we go. So this would be just that, but this would be... Did it crash? I think it crashed. Yeah, it is. Oh, never mind. There we go. Bar of Fish of Light. So this is 10 and 2. This one was 5 and 1. So this could go all the way to 15 and 3. This was better, but now you get double the value for a single point. So we got sort of buffed in terms of points spent. We got new talents. We didn't really lose anything, honestly. We didn't lose anything. Oh, this was already a thing. Never mind, they just like actually fixed the tooltip so you can see the number. At least that's in-game. No, that's just in-game. Never mind. So this was already a thing. I completely forgot about it. But we can see that it actually amounts to a total of 40k now, as of being in-game, which is, at least it gives you a good idea of this as being pretty okay. Appreciate the follow, by the way, Foden Joker. You have to go to the front page to get the new PTR. Oh, hold up. Did they actually just release it and they didn't? Halls of Valor, Obsidian. Can you send me the link? I don't seem to find it. Is it PTR right here? Talent calculator now updated. Open entry calculator. Yo, what the fuck? Okay, well there we go. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's weird. Let me see. It wasn't like the different section. Let me see if I can put this in a way that my camera's not right in the middle. I'm just gonna change the scene and make it so that you can see. There we go. That's what I want to use. I want you to see. Okay, so we just rebuild the same tree. Like, I just want to see. We pretty much already got to what I think was gonna be my choice, but let's just go again with it and reveal the tree for Mythic Plus. I'm only talking Mythic Plus here still. Might still there, so not gone. That was gonna be what I was thinking about. We are not picking Relentless Inquisitor. We have 30 points. Is there something that I was willing to drop? I guess it just miscounted, honestly. We have 10 right here, right? It's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, never mind. So we can drop one up here. But did I actually? Hold up. Is there anything I could drop anyways? I don't think so. I guess it just miscounted, really. Alright, so this is what we look like, honestly. Veneration is really good. What is that? This, yeah. I don't want to drop this. That's what I'm saying. I thought I could get this actually, but I'm tripping, right? I'm tripping. I can't drop this. No, it would break everything. So we couldn't drop anything there. I just didn't count the double beacon. I didn't count the double beacon. I don't see. I mean, maybe if you just don't go for Glimmer. But Glimmer is a lot of damage and healing. Crusader's Might is just... It just makes your whole spec flow good. We're ignoring the new talents. This thing... We're not really going to be spamming Flash of Light anyways. We don't know how good this is not working right now. It would make your pathing really good as well. But then you're not picking Might. Now you are saying, or somebody said that Might is gonna be removed. If that is the case, then this works, and this is what I would personally pick. We're passing on the increased haste, which I don't mind. We're getting Awakening, insane value. We're getting basically Vanquisher's Hammer. We're getting Glimmer, Divine Toll. We're getting Night Fade. Like, this is so much stuff that's like good and it's stacked up. We cannot drop any talent points up here, otherwise we can't go down. Oh, there we go. I counted 9 before. I'm just dumb. Meteor needs more notes. Part of the silver hand doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work right now. I know. It's not even proccing. It needs more notes. I think there's like not enough stuff that's like really a droppable choice. This one's a droppable choice, not that much value Mythic Plus, but you can't, like, there's nothing you can drop here, because as soon as you drop it, you can't go down. And even if I was gonna switch things, there's not that much stuff that I wanna pick anyways. So this seems set in stone. The good stuff always is gonna be down here, so we're never gonna be passing on the beacon stuff. Divine Toll, it's too good to not have. Blessing of Summer is gonna be the main reason you're gonna be in the Mythic Plus run anyways. Awakening is huge and a good reason why we have so much Wings uptime. And this is basically Divine Toll, or rather Vanquisher's Hammer. But we are not getting the, like, you would have to drop something. You would have to drop something, because you're not passing on Might. Like, if Might is gonna be staying, you're not passing on 20% increased damage done, as well as 20% increased critical strike. So if this is gonna be staying as it is, which somebody said it's not, but I don't know if they know anything or it's really just whatever. I haven't seen that myself, at least. If they can link me the link or whatever to the blue post, at least we can know that. But if that's gonna be going, then we can do this. And then we could like drop something else instead. Or rather, we could just drop Might. And I guess they're replacing it with something. What would they be replacing it with? I don't know. But I would probably... I don't know. I really don't know. Would I just give up Vanquisher's Hammer for Might? I would. I definitely would do that. I definitely would drop Vanquisher's Hammer for Might. Vanquisher's Hammer wouldn't be that great without a Force here. We're just getting a little bit more healing from Paladin, which is great. Don't get me wrong, that is great. But is it greater than 20% increased damage done and 20% crit? No. We're not dropping Blessing of Summer, we're not dropping Divine Toll. Glimmer of Light is a lot of healing and a lot of damage. Crusader's Might is undroppable. We kind of need to go through it if we want to go ever to Glimmer. I don't really know. I think this would be it. Now, Veneration is really, really strong as well. Is it as strong as Vanquisher's Hammer? Probably. It is a lot of Hammers of Wrath. Like, it's every single critical strike of Judgment. It is every single critical strike of Judgment you're getting an extra Hammer of Wrath. So that's extra holy power for a lot of extra holy power. I don't know. I don't know. I need to know if you really have the link to this thing of a Blessing of a Might. That's what I would like to know. Because you're not passing on Might. And these are just like so good, but you're not dropping that, you're not dropping that, you're not dropping that, you're not dropping that. I wish you could go to like maybe only 1 second of Crusader's Might. But that's impossible because then you can't go to Glimmer. Could you potentially do that? Yeah, that would also be stupid. You could swap Divine Favor for Paladin in a raid situation. Yeah, we haven't talked about a raiding tree just yet. But this is what I think the Mythic Plus tree would look like. As my opinion stands right now. I have a lot of questions and I don't know if this is gonna stay. And I'm not sure about Veneration versus basically Vanquisher's Hammer, or rather Imperial Endowment, which would be the contender here really. But this is what I think a Mythic Plus tree would look like. Would it have a good all personals or a mastery, increased healing from Holy Shock as well as damage. We would have more late on hands. Would still have the Beacon Healing, Marats, good stuff. Would have Consuming Infusions give you Holy Shock, but you kind of just gotta pick this if you're ever gonna want to go to Light of the Martyr. Itself is not that good. Divine Favor would be very strong, very handy altogether. Here it would be between picking something useless or something mildly useful, so you go for something mildly useful. Increased healing, good stuff. 2 charges, good stuff. Extra beacon stuff, you want to have all of that. Light's Hammer or Holy Prism. Light's Hammer always gonna be very good in Mythic Plus. Holy Prism needs a massive buff to ever really be justifiable. Divine Revelations, kind of whatever. You're not gonna be using Infusion all that much anyways. Bestow Faith, it's free healing. You're not gonna be using Lacedon regardless, so this would never have that much value, even if it's a lot of spot healing. We're giving up bullshit that's like not useful, like that, and that's not even that useful. That stuff, not that useful in Mythic Plus. Not that useful in Mythic Plus if you're not casting Paladin. This is not something you can really afford. This is dog shit, and that's something you're not really gonna be using as much anyways. So everything makes sense to me. But then it's just like a lot of things that you want down here, and it's a matter of choosing what you want to be giving up in favor of something else. Not sure, but I think I wouldn't really be giving up anything. I would probably just be giving... The only thing that I would be changing would be Veneration for Imperial Endowment, or either way. Either of those. They want the Holy Paladin to be melee, now they want us back as casters. And they're failing to do so, man. They're failing on their endeavor. They just want to be caster viable. I don't know about that, man. No. This is the Mythic Plus version. Mythic Plus version will always be melee, because you need to drop Consecration. Otherwise, you do 0 damage. How would you ever get into Mythic Plus? I'm talking high Mythic Plus, pushing keys, whatever. If you are not even in melee to drop Consecration. Just that alone makes you melee. Even if you're ranged, you're gonna be going in and out because you want to be dropping the Consecration. Otherwise, you literally do 0 damage. So that makes you melee in Mythic Plus. Also, Crusader Strike, Holy Power Generation, also Mastery, also Light of Dawn, also blah blah blah. Too many things. We're still melee. At least for Mythic Plus for sure. What is this? Is this your build? Oh, this is the caster build. Hold up. What the fuck is that? That's the first thing you changed right there. Hold up. You can't see shit, man. Can I just like remove myself from the screen? Oh, fuck that. That's like whole me. Why did you have this? Why did you not pick Seal of Order? I mean, that's not working, but you would always pick this. This is so good, but it doesn't work, so we can't test it out, man. I don't know if it works. It doesn't have a tooltip, it doesn't have a buff, but that's something you would always drop anything for, like, picking. This is insane amount of healing. You ignore all Holy Power boosts. I'd rather take a melee Holy Power in this, Holy Paladin in this state than a Rested Druid by far. They will let Holy Power caster wear cloth and leather? This is not classic, guys. Stop it. Stop it. This is not classic. Okay, so we're really just looking at the ranged. Okay, Horiko, is this for Mythic Plus or for rating? Or, I mean, I get this is just a meme. Is it a meme or you're really like trying to do a serious stream? For rating, okay. Alright, we got all the good stuff. We got increased healing and Holy Light and Flash of Light. Because you're really gonna be caster, right? This is a caster build. You're supposed to be casting a lot of Holy Lights and Flash of Lights. So we would have the good old Resplendent Light instead of just Beacon healing. So no really spamming your Beacon targets for Holy Power, I would imagine. We stack all the points that buff our infusions. Flash of Light heals for more. Refunds mana on Holy Light. Good stuff. More Beacon healing. Free Hammers of Wrath. Inflorescence for more infusions, as well as having reduced cost on Flash of Light and extra Holy Power generation. Good stuff. Rule of Law for rating, for sure. Consuming Infusion of Light would grant you more Holy Shocks. Good stuff, I would say that. This for rating, good shit. So you're not picking the Lane Hand thing, that's fine. Crusader Strike, you don't care about that if you're ranged. My voice is giving up on me, guys. I'm sorry, but I can't speak English for long. My voice is not made for it. If I was speaking in Spanish, it wouldn't be a problem, but English is too hard. The pronunciation just kills me. You're not even bothering with Light of Dawn. So you're not thinking you're gonna be relying on Light of Dawn. That's the big problem and the big delusion of caster fans and ranged Holy Paladin fans. Like the big delusion is that you're not gonna be relying. Yeah, I'm from Spain. It's my main language. The big delusion is that they don't think that Light of Dawn is gonna be that big, that important. And they ignore the fact that Holy Power exists. I was thinking a tank healer. There's no such thing as a tank healer in this day and age. Me dicen que no tengo acento a veces, pero... Joder, si cuesta hablar en inglés, madre mía, me destroza la garganta. Spamming casts Barrier of Faith. Like, that's the thing, I don't think there is a tank healer. I don't think there's such a thing. Every healer has something that can make the tank healing just... They all have a little bit of tank healing. So tanks always have some source of extra healing. They have, even if it's fucking Earth Barrier, there's always some HOTS on them, there's always some barriers on them, some bullshit on them that makes them have natural healing happening. Now tanks are also expected to be way more self-sufficient in retail. They are literally supposed to not die on their own for... Look at Blood Decays. I mean, that's a massive outlier. They are absolutely Omega OP right now. But most tanks are almost supposed to be self-sufficient. So having an absolute tank healer is a waste of a healer. it's somebody that's gonna bring subpar HPS. They're gonna be scuffing the fuck out of themselves to keep up a bad tank alive. A good tank could literally require like half or no, not even comparable amounts of healing versus a bad tank. So there's no such thing as a tank healer. There is such thing as a bad tank and a better tank that takes way less damage. So if your tank requires a lot of healing, get a new tank, for fuck's sake. That's what it is. Oh my god. Paladin is healing up your beacons so much, do you need the tank heal? That as well, you already have beacons. Like, even if beacons were not a thing, beacons already exist. So you have all that healing for free ever. Anyways. Pretty sure if you're reading, you're going to be required to Blessing of Summer. That as well, yeah. You're giving up the damage, you're giving up the free rate healing, you're giving up comeback options, you're giving up holy power generation, you're giving up damage from not being on melee and actually using your melee hits. You're giving up wings uptime, giving up the range from Light of Dawn. You're not even trying to use your Light of Dawn, which is your big healing. I don't think the Light of Dawn, and rather than Flash of Light and Holy Light, have any potential to do near enough healing to be comparable to what Light of Dawn will do. No matter how many things you stack up about infusions, they just don't do enough healing. They just don't. So Light of Dawn is still going to be your main source of healing, besides beacon transfers, for raiding. So I don't see how you just go as a caster, stand on range, and only cast Flash of Light and Holy Light. That doesn't exist. I don't see that ever existing. Even with all the new things. I don't see how that exists. Summons from me? Sure. I mean, whoever's gonna pop off the most is gonna get all those. Barrier of Faith is I think this is a dead on arrival talent. I think this is dead on arrival. It doesn't work with overheals. It's only on one target. The immediate heal that's applied, it's only like 2,000. Like, look at this shit. When you apply it, it only heals the target for 2k. Why? It's supposed to be a spot healing shit. Like, I guess it's like preparation for the damage to happen. So you're like not even really caring too much about that. But the healing that it does when you apply it is so lackluster, and it really only absorbs based off of the actual healing done from spamming Flash of Light and Holy Light. It's just not good. It's just not good. As well as Tears Deliverance. This should have been baseline. It's not good enough to really warrant a point. For PvP, it will probably be okay. For Mythic Plus and rating, I don't see how this is any good. Like, the only world where this is good is where you actually had Sacrifice Aura, and that doesn't exist. It's not back. So we don't really care too much about increasing the healing received by one target, because that would mean that we need to Giga spam one person, and you don't really Giga spam one person. Should have gone Virtue? I guess? Yeah, I guess that would give you a lot more AoE rate healing, but what's gonna be your heavy, the big transfers, where are those gonna be coming from? Flash of Light, Holy Light, Spam, Holy Shock, and maybe Tears Deliverance on top of that? You're not even playing Marats, so you're not transferring huge amounts of healing through beacons from that. Don't know. Like, the big value of Virtue is having the big heavy lights, or rather, either heavy lights that don't coming after, or Marats. The ticking, or rather, with the healing you do with Flash of Light or Holy Light will literally be tickling balls. It wouldn't be that good. It wouldn't transfer too much. Every tank with Hot's Atonement, the beacons will be fine 99% of the time. Yep. Tank healing was a classic thing. Yep. I need a meme to leave. No, I just don't think this works, maybe. Honestly. Is Caster Holy Paladin supposed to heal more than melee Holy Paladin? No, it's just supposed to be viable. But it's not. I don't think it is. Do you think the melee playstyle will still be competitive? If I wanted to be a Caster Light user, I would rather play Priest. Oh, it is for sure gonna be competitive. In fact, it's gonna be better than it is in Shadowlands. I just don't see it's the complete opposite. I don't see ranged ever existing. I still don't see it. Like, a lot of people are so happy that it's probably gonna happen. but I just don't see it even being remotely close to existing. It's like maybe more of a thing now, but still, when it comes to pure numbers, it won't even come close. And it will be giving up so many of the good things that a Paladin brings for the sake of being ranged. And if you want to be ranged, you probably rather play a priest, because priests are gonna be the OP as fuck. It's looking like this priest is gonna be so good, as well as PI. So, PI. Are we going to have to change the Holy Mastery for caster to make sense? Yeah, I don't really think so. I think Mastery is still okay-ish if you're in range. So long as you're close to the range clump, it still provides decent value. Like, you're offsetting the value you lose from not being on melee, and you're gaining value from being close to the range. The range are more spread out usually, but still, you're kind of offsetting that value from doing that. You would lose value from your Mastery, don't get me wrong, you would lose value. Would it kill it? Nah, I wouldn't kill it. Barrier of Faith, Tear Infusion, 20% baseline casts, boosted, all accumulates. Yeah, on one target. On one target. On a 1.5 minute cooldown. Barrier of Faith doesn't transfer through beacons anyways. This is an absorb, not a heal. Right? So this doesn't count for the beacon transfers. It's just single spot healing. This is on a 1.5 minute cooldown. It only increases the healing received from Holy Light and Flash of Light for 10 seconds. It does extend with this thing. But it's also only 25% increase. There's too many bad things going on with like these new talents are just not really providing enough synergy to actually give you the HPS that you could get if you were rather playing melee. You're banned through mana, spamming Holy Light and Flash of Light though. This is I don't really know about that one. The picking Inflorescence gives you quite some mana sustain through reducing the cost of Flash of Light. It would cost a lot of mana, don't get me wrong, but this would provide some sustain, maybe enough to make it okay. Then you also have the mana return from Holy Light. How often would you cast Holy Light versus Flash of Light? I don't really know. I think you would default to casting Holy Light for the sake of rate healing, and then you would go to Flash of Lights for... I don't know. I don't really know why you would ever really spam Flash of Lights, honestly, actually. Because then you get extra Holy Power from Holy Light. You would get extra mana from this. Tears doesn't bounce anymore? It doesn't say, right? Healing an ally. Allies heal receive the... No, it's just one person. It's just one person. All right, let's do an actual serious rating talent, okay? Sorry, tree. Let's think about an actual rating tree, not a caster tree. What I think a rating tree would potentially look like. Okay. So. We are going to be melee. We are still going to be melee. And we're gonna be picking Marats. And it's gonna be looking like this. How many do we have now? 19. Okay, perfect. There's a chance that actually playing Crusader's Might will be too mana intensive. That could go away maybe if it's way too mana intensive, but don't trust it so far. Fuck, it's the same problem. I don't know if Might is gonna stay or not. It's the same problem as before. But this is not actually... Fuck, this is actually bad. I forgot about this. Literally gotta pick Marats. Okay. There's a lot more good choices here. All right. So we're not passing on Marats. We need Marats. We need that shit. That's the good stuff. We need the juice. Marats is the juice. Glimmer is a lot of free healing. Could we drop this potentially for more holy power generation? Yes, yes, we could potentially drop it for more holy power generation. Veneration seems like a very good pick. Now, with this talent setup, you would still be going for haste and mastery. I don't think you would go for crit. So the value from veneration would be less than it could potentially be. But like, Glimmer is so much for healing. That's the thing, if I could drop Crusader's Might down to 1, I could probably do that. Because we might just run into mana issues. But then you could always just play less haste and maybe a little bit more crit. You leave Imperial Endowment? Yeah, that's the thing, how do you pick that? I haven't even picked Breaking Dawn, which is really good. Really good. Right? But you need Marats. You need Might. You need this, critical strike chance and damage. You need Awakening, you need Beacon, you need Divine Toll. Do you need Divine Toll? I mean, Divine Toll is just so good. Extra Holy Power generation is better than 40-yard Latadon? Yes, yes. 40-yard Latadon is not necessary by any means. It is good in certain fights, but if you are playing in melee, you're gonna already hit 5 people like almost always. If you're not hitting 5 people while playing on melee with your Lights of Dawn, you're doing something wrong. So this would not really be that useful. It's something that you could potentially do if you're like in a fight where you really need it, so you could do that. But otherwise... Now, Imperial Endowment, I think you kind of really want to get that somehow. You need to get there somehow. But what are you dropping? What are you dropping? Blessing of Summer for raiding would just be a few more millions of damage. We're getting into the territory of what kind of raiding are you doing? Are you doing high-end raiding where every ounce of damage matters? Then Blessing of Summer is a pick. Are you not really caring too much about damage and it's the healing that's really the issue? Then Imperial Endowment would be huge. More healing, a lot more healing. Why would they bring back Caster Holy Paladin? They're trying, but it's not working. Don't worry about it, it's not working. Leave Veneration is not worth it? I think it is, though. I think it is. The resets on Hammer of Wrath, Holy Power generation outside of Wings. That's Holy Paladin is all, literally the entire spec is all about how much Holy Power you can generate. How much, how quick, and how quick you can get rid of it. The more Holy Power you can generate, the more healing you do, the more Wings procs you get, the more Marat's procs you get. Now there might be a world where we're just not able to keep up, and we have stuff that's like uncool, like outside of, it's rather just available because of Marats. But I don't see a world where we're literally just like, maybe actually, no, we were dropping Glimmer in this setup. We're dropping Glimmer in this setup already. So we could just do this. How much more Holy Power would we get from this? I don't know. It would be quite a bit. But would it be doing more healing than Glimmer? No. I don't think so. Now through Marats though, possibly. Possibly. There's a possibility that through Marats, the healing, the extra Holy Power you get through Veneration, if you transform that into extra Lights of Dawn casts, as well as into extra Marats procs, there it could actually compare to Glimmer extra healing done. Also more damage from those Hammers of Wrath. Glimmer does 0 damage. But you're not using Blessing of Summer, and Blessing of Summer is going to be, if you're really rating up there, it's pretty much going to go, it's pretty much going to be not a must, but really good. With just Judgment, that's not going to crit. Yeah, it's true. It's only Judgment, and it shouldn't be critting as much. But it's the kind of thing that you need to play with, and when you really like realize how often it's proccing and how good it like makes everything feel, that's when you can really value it. You're running Ace Mastery, it wouldn't have as much value. Yep. When it just works on casts, you're not using Adjustment being crit, you're not going for crit. It is free stuff on top of everything else, though. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. But, yeah. You don't want to be casting that many adjustments anyways. Thank you. Let me just, like, fucking hit a dummy for a second. Let me hit a dummy for a second. Am I even spec into it? Yeah. That's my crit. My crit is 30%. Did we get a proc yet? Nope. No proxies yet. There's no procs. That's a 4th judgment. I have a lot of crit. I have a lot of crit, actually. So I'm spec for Mythic Plus in Season 4. This is my Season 4 character right now. I have a lot of crit for my gear. Is it not showing? Am I not getting a... Oh no, it is not showing actually. Hold up. There's no buff. There's no buff to it. Just look at my Hammer of Wrath. My Hammer of Wrath is down here. It's like a macro, so it doesn't show the tooltip or the icon rather. Now it's shining, so that's a proc. I could use it. Okay. Yeah, but I still have a lot of critical strike. Because there's less ways of getting good amounts of bursts. Because I'm using these rings and they get a lot of crit. Look at that. That's a lot of critical strike from that. Okay, so it procs like so often, man. I just don't know. It's just so... It's gonna flow so well having Veneration. It's gonna flow so well with your spec. So you're giving up the potential of making your spec just feel better. The extra Holy Power generation will be a lot of healing. It will be more Marats. It will be more Lights of Dawn. If you do give it up for Glimmer, you will lose a lot of AoE healing though from Holy Shock. But you're already picking Crusader Smite, so Holy Shock is gonna be huge with Divine Toll and Crusader Smite. You want upgrading Dragonflight? Yeah. Well, maybe. You don't know that. There might be something that makes you get some crit, but it will be less likely that you get those procs. Also, those healing talents in the basic class 3 don't work. One from one paladin to another class. Bless you. Other than the consecration crap. There's a lot of bullshit that's not working. Like this thing should be working, but it's not. Seal of Order. I need to look at Wowhead for a second. Let me go through Wowhead for a minute. Why is there 3 versions? Live PTR beta. Just make it all, like, put it all together. Pre-expansion PTR. I need to see, like, somebody said Might was going away. What is this? I haven't seen this. New talent, Inflorescence, Divine Insight, yep, Unwavering Spirit, okay, Devotion, okay, Veneration. Yes, Resplendent Light, okay. It's a lot of bullshit. I already read all of this, right? Might. The strength bonus from Test of Might should not be calculated. That's not even Holy Paladin. Okay, so there's nothing about Blessing of Might right here. Somebody mentioned that it was going to go away. I'm still wondering, are they trolling me or is it right? Is there anything about that? Nothing here. Oh, there's nothing there. Right. I don't know. I need to know if that's gonna go away, because then we have 1 point, and that's the big question I have is where can we squish out 1 point from here? Not from the beacons. Not maybe, I don't know, maybe from the beacons even. But then what do you even do then? You drop that? Nah. Now you would still pick that even if you don't pick Beacon of Faith. But you don't pass on Beacon of Faith, honestly. You don't pass on that. You don't pass on that. Divine Toll. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know what I would drop. I don't think I would drop anything, honestly. Like Veneration and Blessing of Summer all sound really good. But I think for HP's sake, this is what I would be picking. For the sake of HPS. Maybe I would just fucking drop that, actually. Maybe we would just drop Vanquisher's Hammer. It's only 25% increase effectiveness. It's an extra Latadon every 30 seconds. Extra Latadon. We would probably not be picking after Image anyways on Mythic Blood, or rather on a rating build. So, but then we would gain the Veneration thing, so more Holy Power from that. I think that would probably make up for not having Vanquisher's Hammer. The Beacon talent should be 1 point. This should not even be a talent. This should not even be a talent, that's the thing. Where in the absolute hell are you not gonna be picking this? You're always gonna be picking this. Like a Paladin without a beacon is nothing. And if you can buff your beacon, you're gonna be picking it. So this should already be, this should not be a talent. There should be something else. But regardless, imagine there was something else, we would still be constrained to points down here. That's the point. You want to make choices. And those choices would probably not be Blessing of Summer, if you're not really gonna be needing the damage. And it would be between, do I need Ranking Dawn? Is this like a Halandrus sort of situation? Yes, then you probably do this. Is Veneration not really that great? Then maybe this just would be the case. Then this is what you would be picking. Is Glimmer actually just overhealing? Okay, maybe then you do that. Is Crusader Smite too much? I'm just like running out of mana or something. Then maybe you could potentially do that and then that or something. No, that's like too weird. You could maybe do that and then 1 point here, but then you would still be dropping Glimmer. You would have no way of getting to it. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. 1 point on Crusader Smite, but then you cannot get to Glimmer. That's a big problem. I want to go only 1 point on Crusader Smite, maybe? Maybe, potentially. But then you don't go Glimmer. Right? What if you just like not even pick it all together? Then you could have no Crusader Smite, but then Glimmer would be kind of pointless. And you could have that. Maybe you would probably just have that instead. Or this. Divine Resonance wouldn't be too bad, as well as more haste wouldn't be too bad. I would even take Relentless Inquisitor of Veneration. But that's 2 points versus 1. Nah, that's 2 points versus 1 point. No shot. You would only get 3%. 1 point gives you 3 stacks, so 2 points is kind of also losing value. Since it doesn't go all the way to 6, it only goes all the way to 5. I think this is not going to be played, because you will have mana issues anyways. You will have too much haste on your gear anyways. You have haste from this shit anyways as well, right? You will have too much haste. Crusader Smite might not be that great of a pick if we are literally running out of mana. And maybe Glimmer is not that great. But I don't see how you give up Awakening, you don't give up Might, you don't give up Divine Toll, you don't give up Beacons. This is situational. Breaking Dawn. Imperial Endowment is good. Blessing of Summer, if you can afford it, is always going to be good. There's a lot of good choices though. Like, there's good choices. I like this. I like the tree because you have choices. You are never going to be able to get everything. That's the point of a tree. That's the point of a talent tree. You gotta choose. And having good choices that are powerful is what makes a tree good. You naturally are always going to be thinking, what's the best in slot tree that I can get? And can I always run this? And what's the most powerful tree? That will depend on so many things that we can't tell right now. Fight per fight basis, what your healing comp looks like, how much healing is there for you to be sniping or squishing in your stuff, what your stats are going to be looking like. Even trinkets or other gear effects might change the way you play. So you will be switching around these talents for sure. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I think I kind of just like the tree, the way it looks like. There's good choices. For Mythic Plus, I don't have that same situation. I think for Mythic Plus, it was a lot more set in stone. At least in my opinion. But for rating, there's a lot more stuff that is really valuable, since you're looking at doing the most amount of healing. You're looking for Giga HPS, and that's... You know, that's always a little bit more tricky, depending on... There's many more factors to it. But I like the look of this, honestly. I like the look of this. I just want to be able to play with it without stuff being broken, like Seal of Order. Realize what Might is going to be doing. It's not been working. Blessing of Summer, I want to know if it's actually going to be only Blessing of Summer, if it's also going to be the other blessings. I like it. I just want to play with it. I want to be able to get it in beta and do some level 70 keys. And have Mythic Plus enabled, maybe even raid testing and see what this looks like. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good tree. I think it's an upgrade from the previous tree. Is Caster Holy Paladin gonna be viable? No. I mean, viable, what does viable mean? That you can play it? Sure, you can play it. Is it gonna be the better play or the better spec? I don't think so. The new stuff doesn't add that much value for casters, so that it's gonna overpower the melee playstyle. There's not enough holy power generation from range. There's not enough HPS coming from ranged. There's just not enough options for making your ranged abilities, which are just Holy Light and Flash of Light, be enough to carry your HPS versus other healers. So no, you're still gonna be melee if you wanna get the most out of Holy Paladin. You will have options to run infusion stuff if you kind of want to be using Flash of Light and Holy Light more. Will they do more healing than playing optimally by being melee and generating a lot of holy power as much as you can and spending a lot of Dawn? Probably not. Both trees are just not that great for Holy Paladins. Needs a lot of work. I kind of disagree. I mean, I wish you could always wish for more. You could always wish for the whole spec to be reworked, for Holy Paladin, for Holy Power to be gone. You could wish for better options for range versus melee. I just don't think that it's that bad, honestly. I think power-wise, it will be very powerful. It will always come down to tuning. Is it disappointing? For some people, will be. Yeah, for some people it will be disappointing, since it's not making casters as or Holy Paladin caster as strong as they could probably wish it would be. And for us melee Holy Paladins, it is the same playstyle. It is the same old playstyle from Shadowlands. It probably will be melee with Marats, Light Dawn being the main source of your healing. We have a little bit more options for maybe splicing in some, I don't know, the procs from Hammer of Wrath from Veneration could be cool. For the most part, it's going to be the same playstyle. It's going to be feeling the same way. Cool for Mythic Plus, though. I think for Mythic Plus, there's a lot more interesting options. Simply the fact we have Divine Toll and Blessing of Summer makes us way more comfortable than Mythic Plus. We have Vanquish's Hammer, Blessing of Summer, and we have Divine Toll for Mythic Plus all together. That looks perfect to me. Are you going to play Holy Paladin Dragonflight? Yes, I will. Is there better synergy in the tree now if you want to play melee or caster? I think it's about the same. I think the new additions to range are just not enough. Is there really an option for you to weave in casts, as I was saying at the beginning? Yeah, Divine Favor is something that you might want to be actually using. And you could weave this in, but for Mythic Plus mainly, not for rating. But for the most part, I don't see why you would be spamming, or even not spamming, just casting Flash of Light or Hollow Light. Because there's nothing to it, it's just healing. And you would do more healing through other means. Midway and Paladin is the same thing, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, what up, Selisa? It is pretty much synonyms. Did you already show a possible Mythic Plus tree? Yeah, I did. I did, and I think I deleted it, yeah. I don't have it on here anymore. I will be uploading this whole thing that we talked about onto YouTube, though. And you can already check the bot if you want to. So I will be uploading that. And god damn it, my COVID shot is killing me. Oh my god. Fucking hell. But yeah, if you want to see that, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, please. We're getting closer to 2,000 subscribers over there as well. So I will be putting that there in a few hours, maybe tonight. Maybe for tomorrow, actually. But yeah, I like the way this looks. I like it for Mythic Plus. Casters are probably gonna be happy, but they will realize that melee is the play, so they will be going to melee anyways. Unfortunately for them. And when it comes to synergy, I just don't think that there's that much synergy really. When all the power from your healing comes from Light of Dawn and generating holy power through Crusader's Might, how ranged can you really be? How caster can you really be? And the answer is not much. Inflorescence is not even giving you that much holy power generation, because it's a chance and it's from Holy Light. Infusion, it's now baked into the base kit, right? So, where is it?
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Should be under Paladin. No, it's not. It's under Holy. Where is our Infusion of Light? There it is. Critical Holy Shocks reduce the cooldown of your the cost of your next Flash of Light and cost. Right, so this would be stacking up pretty well with Flash of Light. So you would have 60% reduced mana cost on Flash of Light with Infusion. Actually, hold the fuck up. What is that? 2.2. What would that be like then? 880 mana per Flash of Light cast? Hold up. Appreciate the follow, by the way. Yeah, but Divine Relations gives you mana back from Holy Light. Are we Paladins really forced to play caster? No, don't worry, guys. If you haven't seen the whole thing, I'll be uploading it to YouTube. Don't worry. You'll have the whole thing. It's gonna be long as fuck, but if you want to see the rundown, don't worry. It's not a caster forever, right? It's not like caster supremacy coming back. It's still gonna be melee, but I didn't realize that base Infusion of Light already gives you 30% reduced cost of your next Flash of Light. On top of that, Inflorescence gives you reduced cost of Flash of Light by an additional 30%. So that is 60% if it's additive instead of multiplicative. Then you would have a cost of Flash of Light of only 880 mana. That is really low. How much mana we have? We have like 50k mana? Yeah, we have 50k. That is not too much, honestly. That's pretty good. That's like half a Holy Shock, pretty much. So for the value of a Holy Shock, you would be healing. Well, Holy Shock doesn't heal for shit though. Well, it heals for less than a Flash of Light, so... Yo, Salisa! Oh my god, I could do them one-handed, but I'm not done. I want to be doing any workout things today, because I got my COVID shot, like... what was it, on Monday? And I got a really bad swelling from it. It's really painful. I needed to get it because I'm gonna go abroad, so I need to get it to get inside the country. It's not like the first shot anyways, it's like a third one. But yeah, kind of fucked up to have to do some workouts now. But I don't really know. I mean, I think it looks like Flash of Light will be sort of spammable if you are going to be picking this Inflorescence of the Sunwell. It does make it look like you could potentially have a lot of value from that. And then you could get stuff like this, which makes your Flash of Light heal for more. Then you could get stuff like this, which then would make you, so you would proc a lot of this shit, in theory, because this is not working right now. You could potentially proc a lot of this stuff by spamming a lot of Flash of Lights. You could also get a lot of Holy Shocks from this. So you could have a cooldown reduction onto your Holy Shock. I don't know, guys. I literally don't know. it could be a thing that you actually cast the fuck out of Holy Shock, or actually Flash of Light. Now that I think about it. it might even be the case, bro. the fact that the mana thing is so good. Like, those two things together make the mana fucking good. Inflorescence could maybe save the ranged Holy Paladin believers. I really don't know. This is the kind of thing you need to have raid testing, you need to have dungeon testing. And when are those gonna be coming? Don't know. Don't know. Whenever they come, we'll be testing this out. Could we just like go ahead and try and do a tree like that? Let me, where's my thing here? Wow. The power of the meds is waning and starting to hurt more and more. What is your holy power generation with castle playstyle on your holy shock and veneration? Holy light. It would be holy light. I just don't see the HPS though. Yeah, the HPS would probably still be dog shit, but I'm just thinking, could it be potentially viable to be spamming Flash of Light and heal through that? Like, there's so many questions about where would you be weaving in your holy lights? Where would you be getting your holy power from? How much Lardon would you be using? I don't know. I have no idea. Hola, soy nueva, bienvenida. I have no idea about those answers, because I haven't played a caster paladin myself since ever, right? Like, it's been not even a thing ever since Legion, and even in Legion, it wasn't really that much of a caster, because the main source of your HPS was Oral Sacrifice, right? So you had that to really make up for how lackluster the rest of the healing was. Could it potentially be a thing, and how would you play around it? I don't know. The loss of damage sucks. Oh yeah, it would definitely suck. It would definitely be so bad. I'm not saying it's gonna be the play. I'm just saying it might be more viable than I initially thought, just because of that thing alone. Let me go through this for another time for a second, okay? Yeah, let's say you would be spamming the fuck out of Flash of Light. Let's say this is a Flash of Light build. Let's just say that is the case, okay? Fuck, we need to pick more things. Alright, let's say we pick that, and then we will be picking Still Faith. That's ranged, right? We'll be picking that. Probably picking that. That'd be a must. Pick those two. This wouldn't really matter. What would we be doing at this point? We're not really gonna be using that many that much holy power. We're not gonna generate too much, so this would not get that much value. Same for this, but that's free healing, so I might as well get it. Oh yeah, second sunrise for raiding. Did I pick this? Oh yeah, I did before, right? I did that. Aura Mastery cooldown. I don't see this as a must though. I don't see this as a must. Now let's say you don't pick Lara the Martyr at all because your spot healing is already going to be your Flash of Light, right? So this is pretty much redundant. So you would then be picking this. Picking that. Picking that. Not as many spenders, so Awakening is going to lose a lot of value. Same thing for Relentless Inquisitor, losing a lot of value since you're not going to be generating much holy power. This is still dog shit. This is still dog shit. So those two are whatever. And somehow we gotta go down there. If anything, we're gonna be doing that instead. Not that's doggo. That's maybe okay-ish. And we will be giving up this. We're not in range. We're holy shocking, but not that much because we don't have might. Or rather, Crusader's Might. We don't care about Lights of Dawn as much. They're not gonna be our main source of healing, so... This could potentially be a tree. Even that. This could potentially be a tree. Or you have a fat set of heals every 45 seconds. One heal at least. You could have used the increased healing from Flash of Light from here and here. So 20% increased healing from Flash of Light. You would have 2 charges of Infusion. You would get Holy Shock off cooldown just as often or just as much quicker than with Crusader's Might, because this would basically be the ranged version of Crusader's Might. Now, Crusader's Might is gonna give you more value, because how often are you gonna be consuming the infusions? I don't really know. But you could go all the way to 100% critical strike on Holy Shock during Wings, if Might is gonna work the way it does, or close to it. So you could have almost guaranteed 2 stacks of infusion every time you use a Holy Shock during your Wings. You would have 60% reduced cost of Flash of Light during Wings, so you could spam a lot of Flash of Lights during the window of Wings. And then what would you do? You could like potentially spam somebody, but like this is just not providing that much value. Like this just doesn't provide enough HPS to warrant it. It's value on spot healing, but let's just say you'd rather value the damage, okay? And then you would have a little bit of Holy Power generation from Bestow Faith, from Divine Toll, from Holy Shock. You sure Warrior sucks? Yeah, 100%. 100%. The only case this is good... Yeah, it only counts... Well, it accumulates from other, like, casts on other targets as well. So you could potentially put this on the tank and absorb a lot. Maybe. Maybe. Because you would be applying this every 25 seconds. It's a lot of mana though. That's a lot of mana cost, but you could be applying this on the tank and then you could go and spam Flash of Light on other people and the healing transfer would count for this. You would also get some fat ass Holy Shocks from this. So more spot healing. You would basically make up for Marats just from that. You would make up for Crusader's Might from this together with that. You would have good mana sustain from simply the reduced cost on Flash of Light. Wings, Virtue, Tear, and Barrier. Why Virtue? Because you would already have enough tank healing. That's a lot of mana though. Holy shit, you're going down a bad path then. That's 10% base mana every 15 seconds. That is 9.5% base mana every 25. This doesn't cost any mana though. But the cooldown is huge. This should be a minute cooldown. Divine Toll also costs a lot of mana, 15%. That's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana. Like these big cooldowns are, they have that problem as well. Like it's just mana that's draining. Like the idea is to have as much mana sustain as we can so we can spam the fuck out of Flash of Light. You're not gonna be able to just use Flash of Light, but think about it as there's no big healing to be done, so you're consuming your infusions on Holy Lights. And that way you get Holy Power, and that way you go and like use Holy Lights, or rather Light Dawn, and then you get Proximal Awakening that way. When there is big healing to be done, then you switch to spamming Flash of Lights. And you spam the fuck out of those. Pum, 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 pum. They are very, very mana efficient. They have 10% increased healing down from them. Then you can get a lot of procs out of spamming them, so you can have some fat ass Holy Shocks. You would have a week or after that, so you can track when this is actually ready and how much healing has it actually accumulated. But that could be a potential way of playing this. You would still be using your Lights of Dawn, or yeah, probably just Lights of Dawn in raiding no matter what. Although maybe if you're ranged, you are not reliably hitting 5 people without breaking dawn, so then you would maybe go for Words of Glory instead. Has to be a huge healing burst. That's what you want a Dispriest for though. You would provide a lot of spot healing, but your spot healing would be you would just do it a different way. You would not spot heal as much with Marats because you wouldn't have it, but you would spot heal with just a lot of Flash of Lights like spread around. And you would also have a fat ass, approximately 1 proc per minute. Oh, it says right here. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. 1 proc per minute is bad. So let's say the fight is 6 minutes long and you get the max value out of that. So if we go to the PTR, it says that I can get up to 40k pretty much. So that would be only 240k healing done in a 6-minute fight if we get the max value out of this. 240k, that's really bad. That is really bad. Oh my god. That sucks so much. That is so bad. Yeah, this is making it look like way worse. You could then even probably just drop that altogether. How feasible is it for you to get max value on this anyways? It's probably not too feasible. Also, like, think about this in terms of Shadowlands numbers. Because we are level 60. And the PTR is saying 40k. And in order for me to get 40k, if it only accumulates 10% of all the healing done, and damage done as well, I will need to do 400k healing and damage in 10 seconds. How often do you do 400k healing and damage in 10 seconds? Not too often. And this is a random proc, so you couldn't really actually use this whenever you want. This would just happen. So this would not really be something you play around. Unless it was a cooldown. And then you could like use it, stack it up when you want, and then you have the fat Holy Shock. But that it would still not be as good as Marat's. It would just still not be as good as Marat's. Marat's would do more healing than that. Just a lot of the Martyr would do more healing than this shit, even if it's max stacks. When you have a good proc, it would do just as much as this. And this happens like every couple seconds, whereas this happens only once every minute. And this build, that build has no damage. Okay, so it's, I don't know. It's a meme. It is a meme, but I think that's the meme build that I want to try out. The Flash of Light spam build. That could be fun, but also not too viable. I don't think so. Just Judgment and Shock. Yeah, that would be it. And you would be Holy Shocking for healing, most likely. I mean, you bring Blessing of Summer. But yeah, that is a gigantic meme. Gigantic meme, guys. Alright, well, we're gonna be, I think we're gonna be cutting it there. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna be using for a video, but goddamn, that's been a long time. Hello there again. If you made it all the way down to the end of this video, I really want to thank you for doing so, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and now's the time to drop that sub. Go ahead and help me out. It goes a massive way, and we can get all the way to 2,000 subscribers. That would be absolutely nuts, and I would love every single one of you guys from doing that. So, yep, appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.